Good day, Bible story enthusiasts, everyone welcome. My name is Storyteller, and today on our channel Simply Audio Runs we speak with Saul about his transgressions to the Lord. I am encouraging you to listen to this story. Get the message from the story and apply it to life. Not just listen but use these lessons. Today's lesson is about disobedience to God and its consequences. In 1 Samuel 13 verses 5 to 14 and chapter 15 verse 1 to 35. Inst God's commands we see King Saul going aga. Saul disobeyed the Lord's commands. King Saul disobeyed God's command to completely destroy the Amalekites. He did what was right in his own eyes. He was more concerned about how the people saw him and what they thought of him. Saul did not heed Samuel's reprimand, but fabricated reasons why he did not do what the Lord told him to. The Lord was not pleased with Saul and anointed David to replace him as king. The Philistines assembled themselves together to fight with Israel, 30,000 chariots, 6,000 horsemen, and people as the sand which is on the seashore in multitude. They came up and encamped in Michmash, eastward of Bethaven. When the men of Israel saw that they were in trouble, for the people were distressed, then the people hid themselves in caves, in thickets, in rocks, in tombs, and in pits. Now some of the Hebrews had gone over the Jordan to the land of Gad and Gilead, but as for Saul, he was yet in Gilgal, and all the people followed him trembling. He stayed 7 days, according to the time set by Samuel, but Samuel didn't come to Gilgal, and the people were scattering from him.
Bring the burnt offering to me here, and the peace offerings. I couldn't wait for Samuel, I was desperate, so I offered the burnt offering. It came to pass that as soon as I was finished offering the burnt offering, behold, Samuel came, and I went out to meet him, that I might greet him.
What have you done?
Because I saw that the people were scattered from me, and that you didn't come within the days appointed, and that the Philistines assembled themselves together at Michmash, therefore I said, now the Philistines will come down on me to Gilgal, and I haven't entreated the favor of Yahweh. I forced myself therefore, and offered the burnt offering.
You have done foolishly. You have not kept the commandment of Yahweh your God, which he commanded you, for now Yahweh would have established your kingdom on Israel forever. But now your kingdom will not continue. Yahweh has sought for himself a man after his own heart, and Yahweh has appointed him to be prince over his people, because you have not kept that which Yahweh commanded you. Yahweh sent me to anoint you to be king over his people, over the children of Israel. Now therefore listen to the voice of Yahweh's words. Yahweh of armies says, I remember what Amalek did to the children of Israel, how he set himself against my people on the way when the children of Israel came up out of Egypt. Now go and strike Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and don't spare them, but kill both man and woman, infant and nursing baby, ox and sheep, camel and donkey. You have done foolishly. You have not kept the commandment of Yahweh your God, which he commanded you, for now Yahweh would have established your kingdom on Israel forever. But now your kingdom will not continue. Yahweh has sought for himself a man after his own heart, and Yahweh has appointed him to be prince over his people, because you have not kept that which Yahweh commanded you. Yahweh sent me to anoint you to be king over his people, over the children of Israel. Now therefore listen to the voice of Yahweh's words. Yahweh of armies says, I remember what Amalek did to the children of Israel, how he set himself against my people on the way when the children of Israel came up out of Egypt. Now go and strike Amalek, and utterly destroy all that they have, and don't spare them, but kill both man and woman, infant and nursing baby, ox and sheep, camel and donkey.
I summoned the people, and counted them in Telaim, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah. I came to the city of Amalek, and set an ambush in the valley. I said to the Kenites, Go, depart, go down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them, for you showed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites. I struck the Amalekites, from Havilah as I go to Shur, which is before Egypt. I took Agag the king of the Amalekites alive, and utterly destroyed all the people with the edge of the sword. But the people and I spared Agag and the best of the sheep, of the cattle, of the fat calves, of the lambs, and all that was good, and I was not willing to utterly destroy them, but everything that was vile and refuse, that we destroyed utterly.
Then Yahweh's word came to Samuel, saying, It grieves me that I have set up Saul to be king, for he has turned back from following me, and has not performed my commandments. Samuel was angry, and he cried to Yahweh all night. Samuel rose early to meet Saul in the morning.
I was told that Saul came to Carmel, and behold, he set up a monument for himself, turned, passed on, and went down to Gilgal. I went to find Saul.
You are blessed by Yahweh. I have performed the commandment of Yahweh.
Then what does this bleating of the sheep in my ears and the lowing of the cattle which I hear mean?
They have brought them from the Amalekites, for the people spared the best of the sheep and of the cattle, to sacrifice to Yahweh your God. We have utterly destroyed the rest.
Stay, and I will tell you what Yahweh said to me last night. Yahweh says, though you were little in your own sight, weren't you made the head of the tribes of Israel? Yahweh anointed you king over Israel, and Yahweh sent you on a journey, and said, Go, and utterly destroy the sinners the Amalekites, and fight against them until they are consumed. Why then didn't you obey Yahweh's voice, but took the plunder, and did that which was evil in Yahweh's sight?
But I have obeyed Yahweh's voice, and have gone the way which Yahweh sent me, and have brought Agag the king of Amalek, and have utterly destroyed the Amalekites. But the people took of the plunder, sheep and cattle, the best of the devoted things, to sacrifice to Yahweh your God in Gilgal.
Has Yahweh as great delight in burnt offerings and sacrifices, as in obeying Yahweh's voice? Behold, to obey is better than sacrifice, and to listen than the fat of rams. For rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft, and stubbornness is as idolatry and teraphim. Because you have rejected Yahweh's word, he has also rejected you from being king.
I have sinned, for I have transgressed the commandment of Yahweh in your words, because I feared the people and obeyed their voice. Now therefore, please pardon my sin, and turn again with me, that I may worship Yahweh.
I will not return with you, for you have rejected Yahweh's word, and Yahweh has rejected you from being king over Israel.
As Samuel turned around to go away, Saul grabbed the skirt of his robe, and it tore.
Yahweh has torn the kingdom of Israel from you today, and has given it to a neighbor of yours who is better than you. Also the strength of Israel will not lie nor repent, for he is not a man, that he should repent.
I have sinned, yet please honor me now before the elders of my people and before Israel, and come back with me, that I may worship Yahweh your God.
So Samuel went back with Saul, and Saul worshipped Yahweh.
Bring Agag the king of the Amalekites here to me. Agag came to me cheerfully. Agag said, Surely the bitterness of death is past. As your sword has made women childless, so your mother will be childless among women. I then cut Agag in pieces before Yahweh in Gilgal. Then I went to Ramah, and Saul went up to his house to Gibeah of Saul. I went no more to see Saul until the day of his death, but I continued to mourn for Saul. Yahweh grieved that he had made Saul king over Israel.
Reporter, thank you so much for watching today. We want to encourage you to be obedient, to serve God with all your heart, and remember, God doesn't delight in sacrifices, He wants our heart. Be blessed, and we will see you next time. Signing off today is Storyteller from Simply Audio Runs.